Bismillah. Got a comment the other day from a brother who said, I've been trying to get married for 3 years. I've done everything right. Dua, istikhara, had serious conversation, but nothing worked. Something's wrong with me. I heard the same thing from hundreds of people. They feel like they're unworthy, broken. But here's what I need you to hear. You're not broken, you're just stuck. And most Muslims are. Stuck in confusion, stuck in the same negative cycles of thinking, stuck in a marriage process that really has no structure, no guidance, and no direction. Now, does that sound familiar? Let me show you how this usually plays out. You tell your parents you're ready, you want to get married. Right, I'm really excited. Wow, I want to get married. I've been waiting for this. I'm ready now, I'm ready. They say, okay. And start sending you suggestions. Different candidates. None of them really match what you want. You try a few apps, you meet a few people, well, some seem promising, then they disappear, they ghost you, right? I hear this all the time. Some you realize they're just not serious, they're just playing around on these apps, trying to do haram, astaghfirullah. You just don't feel connected to most people. You try again, and then again, and then again, and then one day you stop. How many brothers and sisters come to me for counseling? They're like, brother, you talk about these marriage things, but I've kind of stopped, man. I kind of give up, I can't be bothered anymore. I don't think there's someone out there for me. You don't admit it out loud, but deep down inside, you think that, okay, this is Qadr. Maybe it's not written for me. Okay? Now, I want you to understand Qadr. While everything that happens in this world is from the Mashiach of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Qadr is not that complicated. But part of Qadr is also process, what we call the asbab. And the Prophet ﷺ clearly taught that. We don't have a fatalist type of thing that whatever, that's it. No. Okay? No. Many are just confused by inactivity. Confused by not having patience. Look, patience is what you do after you've exhausted all the right steps. While you don't, being ignorant is a different thing, but remaining ignorant is a choice. So if you're stuck in confusion, if you're navigating the most important decision of your life with zero system or support, well, then your result isn't a test. It's just the natural consequences of not being prepared or choosing to remain ignorant. Okay, which means you're not stuck because you're unworthy. You're stuck because no one ever taught you how to get married and what to do. The Prophet ﷺ didn't just tell us to marry, he gave us some guidelines. When someone whose religion and character you are pleased with comes to you with a proposal, then marry him. Narrated by Tirmidhi. This hadith assumes something. That you know how to assess the deen. You understand what someone with good deen means. They recognize character. They have a process for navigating this. But today, people say things like, oh, he seems religious. Oh, she said she wears hijab. Oh, he listens to scholar so-and-so. And we treat that as enough to build marriage upon what they've said about ourselves. You see, the Sahaba were trained to see through words, to vet actions, to build their choices, especially their marriages, based on deen, emotional stability, mutual responsibility, respect. Or even more so, mission, man, mission for the sake of Allah. That's what we're missing today. Let me give you 3 core reasons most Muslims stay stuck. Well, you don't have a vetting filter, which means you keep trying people out and hoping it works, doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. That's not going to do it. You're reactive. You're not intentional. You just react depending on whatever happens. You're going to just try to do your best in that situation. You don't understand red flags, green flags. These are just words, but we're talking about problems versus good things. You either get attached too quickly or dismiss people too fast. You're led by emotion not structure. And most people make this mistake because there's a problem in the evaluation process of value. And last but not least, you're doing it alone. There's no feedback, no course correction, no support when it breaks. Then you just blame yourself, you blame Allah, blame Qadr, Shaitan, and then start from zero again. Does that sound familiar to you? So, this is why I created the Marriage Accelerator for you. Yes, you, my brothers and sisters. It's not a course. It's not just content. It's not just another video on YouTube. It's not just lectures about marriage. It's a complete coaching system. I walk you personally through the entire process. How to do it, step by step. Week by week guidance. Emotional, spiritual clarity, inshallah. Red flag decoding. Family pressure handling. Betting, actual matches. And then, inshallah, 6 to 8 week pathway to nikah, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, by the will of Allah, except, of course, everything happens by the will of Allah. So, are you serious? Are you really serious? Because then the private waiting list is open. And the link is below in this video, inshallah. So you need to sign up for it now, while the spots are left open. I want to close with an ayah from Surah An-Nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and marry those amongst you who are single, and the righteous among your male and female servants. If they are poor, Allah will enrich them from His bounty. Chapter 24, verse 32. This isn't just a recommendation, my brothers and sisters. It's a call. But you can't answer that call without clarity. And if you're still stuck, maybe not now it's the time. Now it's the time to keep going. This is the time more than ever. So, let's do things smarter, not just harder. Let's do things with clarity and with guidance from the Quran and the Sunnah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.